Cool, guys. So now we've waited enough time. I think we can start. So, hi, guys. I'm Lamis. I'm the partnership manager at Ardal. And today with Emir, that is going to present himself, we are going to have a webinar about why your clients are quietly shopping for new agencies behind your back, actually. So, I'm just going to let Emir present himself and then we'll start.
Yeah, so hi, this is Emir. I think we have done like several of different webinars so far, so maybe we know each other. I'm the product manager at Hardal. I'm working with like analytics and marketing parts, of course. Yeah, that's a summary.
Okay, it was really short. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So basically, so for the last couple of weeks, since I started really recently at Ardal, we've been talking with agencies across France, Spain, Iberia in general, the Benelux, and soon more territories. And we see this problem around losing clients and around attribution in general. So this is why we just thought that it would be interesting to tackle this subject. So the first basically topic would be around the churn problem. So basically, when a client leaves, generally, it's not from one day to another. It's a very thoughtful situation and decision made from different decision makers. So usually it starts from month one when the doubt starts around the questions of return on investment, and usually goes to month two, where the questions around analytics, attribution, why it doesn't work, and this comes to month three, where we see the slowdowns in terms of approvals, in terms of calls. They don't pick up the line anymore, or they don't even reply to emails. And then we arrive at month four when they go back to you to tell you bye, actually. So this is usually how it starts and when it ends. And yeah, so basically, by the time you hear from them, the decision is already made. It's just a way for them to make you aware of the situation. So this is when you, yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm trying my
You're very
best.
on time. You're very on time. I'm surprised. So basically, the three triggers moment are when the reconciliation moment and the CFO moment and the competition moment arrive at the right time. Maybe not at the same time, but they arrived at really different moments. So the reconciliation moment is when they see actually a difference between the analytics, the results, the number don't matching, and you not being able to reply to these questions because you don't have the right tool. You don't use us. So this is when you're not able to basically reply to your clients, and this is when the process starts. Also, when the CFO moment arrives, because someone needs to pay the bills and someone needs to give the money. And when you're not able to reply to those questions, basically the budget is not allowed. And when the competition arrives, so when the competition arrives and is able to basically reply to the question that you're not able to reply to your clients, this is when everything that you've been working on for years, building trust, trying to build new offers to your client, is just stopping here because all these three triggers are here.
Actually, I have a question. Like, may I?
Let's
Yeah.
go.
So,
Is it on the
all right.
script?
So,
Let me put my glasses.
by the way, the fun part is, Lamis actually gave me a script. I'm kind of scared, but it's okay. We're gonna make this. So, Lamis, I don't believe 100% correct data. Okay, we can go up to like 99%, but I don't believe in 100% correct data in terms of web and mobile analytics. But so the data disparity is everywhere. No one is trusting a single dashboard. But when is the moment that it might be the reason to charge from an agency? So usually people always ask questions about the trust of the data, the source of the data, etc. But what was that moment that they might actually charge?
I feel like at least what I've heard the last couple of weeks is really when you see the data not matching the dashboards. This is the start of the end, basically, because after there's always something to complain about because you're just always asking questions, and this is when the trust is breaking because you're spending money, you're trusting an external advisor, basically the agency. And when you see data not matching, this is when you start being not as good as they thought you were. And this is when
Ah,
basically it ends and you kind of lose the client.
yeah.
And then after all the elements that I was talking about are just external effects are adding up the decision. But I
Uh-huh.
would say that in general, it's just when the data is not matching and then they're not able to recover or change. Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, good. I also hear this a lot, even though I'm not interacting with clients very closely now. But from my perspective, there is one more thing actually. Like for e-commerce businesses, let me see, when we see um so they have the real number of items and conversions, purchases, and sales, of course, leaving the warehouse, and that number is actual, it's the fact. They shipped it. So when the numbers from the analytics dashboard and the warehouse does not align, yeah, it's a real problem, because then you can actually say, hey, this is wrong, because I have like very accurate data. But yeah, I think, as you said, it's like getting one and another, then another, and then at the end it's untrustable from the very beginning. Yeah, thank you. So yeah,
This is your part, so you can continue talking, basically.
all right, all
I'm
right. So
zipping it.
someone is not following the script. All right, amazing. So let's talk about how a conversion event. Actually, it doesn't have to be conversion 100% of the time. It can be any event, any behavior that you want to actually track. So one of the most popular and most painful reasons to lose data is ad blockers. They are used everywhere. It's not, I mean, like 10 years ago, maybe it was a thing, a tool, maybe a toy for like tech people who really is into the technology. But now many browsers by default have ad blockers, so that's the issue. But I'm gonna, by the way, before moving to the other points, I'm gonna give a pro tip. If someone is actually using ad blocker, maybe they actually don't want to see your ads, so you're targeting the data you want to actually recover from. Maybe should not target the ad blocker users. Just a pro tip. And also, like public VPNs, private VPNs, corporate Wi-Fi's, they usually also do the same job with the ad blockers. Sometimes for saving data, but most of the time for regularity, like regulations and privacy. But then there is also the iOS. I think this is the most shocking one. So years back, Apple decided to put iOS sorry, it's not my mother tongue. Restriction. Okay, Apple blocked. This is the word. Apple blocked some of the access to personal data, to the advertisements identity, so you cannot use them anymore. I mean, the users should give consent, so that you can use their data. And when there is no data, actually, analytics companies do not want to leave you with no data. Instead, what they do is make up the data. So they model, they use ML, they use AI to make up data to show you. But yeah, it's a huge question mark. And then finally, the browser limits. So Safari by default deletes your cookies if they're not third party in a very short, if they're not first party, let's say, in a very short time. So yeah, these are just there are many reasons, but these three are really popular. So yeah, and if you continue, so this is a way we explain how Hardal does things differently. So you already have an analytics setup, right? You collect data, you somehow report it. Sometimes you do a lot of manual work. Sometimes you just use the reports that the analytics tool actually provide. But the problem is that the data collection layer, I mean, I'm not going to be extremely technical, but the data collection part is broken because this Safari, the new browsers like Brave, and then iOS part, then the ad blockers, then as I said, public Wi-Fi's and many other stuff. They all target the pixels, the very little parts that actually collect data. So you simply lose data and it never arrives to your systems. But what actually we are trying to change at Hardal is not changing the whole pipeline, but rather to provide a very solid, kind of simple, but more like a infrastructural change to your system so that you can simply collect these data. And by the way, one of the points actually we make is not like collect everything you can for the user, even if they don't give consent, etc. No, this is not the path. This is not ethical. This is not legal in many cases. So what we do is collect as little as possible for whatever you actually want to do and do it perfectly. So this is the way. So let me if you have any questions, by the way, we can, or if someone ever ask a question, we can go through
Yeah,
that.
I have a question actually. Why is this a retention problem and not just a tracking ticket?
I think it would be best for you to come up with the reply. You are the pro on that demand.
I mean, I'm just asking the questions, so you need to reply to them. Yeah, you can give me your answer, and I will answer also by myself.
Yeah, okay. Question is yours. So why is this a retention problem and not just like a tracking issue?
I think I would say that is just also related to the kind of point of view that you're taking the problem. I think it's just depending on how you see the problem and how you want to solve it. But I can go back to this question at the end when we will gather all the questions. So back to numbers, which is the most important when it comes to a business. So here you have basically the cost of a quiet client. So what is a quiet client leaving meaning for your agency? So basically it's 5 to 10 times more expensive to win a client than to keep one when you just take the entire sales process, prospection, finding the client, the tools, and everything that goes. Meaning that the meetings that you don't get any money out of, the emails, the waiting, the onboarding, and etc. The hours that you actually spending on that are not allocated to any billing. So basically, you're actually losing money when it comes to that. And so basically, when it comes also to performance based, there is like a broken signal. You're being underpaid because you're not able to allocate this performance based fee to your clients and bill the clients since you're not using us. So you are losing second time. So basically, you're not able to get the performance fee that most of the agencies have as a plus or in the contract written when you get the clients. So basically, it is it is that, and this is basically what two kind of ideas of quarterly business reviews. It's the same client, the same quarter, but different meetings. One with us, one without us. I will let you, I will let you guess who is using us or not. So basically, I'm not going to read what it's written. You guys, I'm sure, know how to read. So, but I'm just going to to focus on the second one, which is interesting because it says before we look at performance last quarter, we recovered 30% of the conversion signal. So basically, this is an information that you can give to your clients to make them first see that you're looking at the performance and then that you're trying to find a solution to recover what they're not what the agency was not able to do before, which is super interesting. And then the second one is what that change about optimization and what it means for the numbers you show to the CFO. So this is another part. This is when it comes to actual business and billing and everything.
Exactly. Actually, I wanna add something on this one. So it has been like almost 2 years for me at Hardal, and I attended a lot of meetings. So the offensive QBR part, actually, if you check Hardal's use cases, there are like many cases in which, I mean, let me, can you imagine the brand was not able to see half of their leads on their website because most of their actually audience is using iOS, I mean iPhone, and they use Safari by default. So their data is never actually reaching to the brand's database and analytics tools. This is like 50%. It's a huge loss. So yeah, if I mean, as an agency, if you have the full visibility, I think that's the only time you can actually make decisions that you can stand for and that you can get some actual results out of. So yeah, this is very important part, Lemis.
I think what I would like to mention also, which is super important, it feels like the data is not only touching like the performance marketing. It means that it's touching the performance marketing, it's touching the CFO, it's touching every part of department that a company can have or an agency can have. So it means that data is just not the problem of the marketing team. You know what I mean? It's just like a problem that everyone is touched by, because if you're spending money on something, you need to have the return on investment. And there's this return on investment should be used by the performance marketing. And then this is just like a circle that is super important to take care of, first of all, and to understand also, which is the base of everything. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, both
Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
yeah, exactly. I mean, collecting the like correct data both for optimizing the advertisement channels and then also see their actual performance is like the perfect stop that you simply it's a must. If you don't have that, you are like almost not seeing half of the story. So yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the next slide. Um, do you have a question before I start?
I have plenty, but I have also, I see some that I'm going to ask everything at the end. Like that you have
Okay.
everything. It would be like kind of going and visit the police, you know, when they ask you a lot of questions. I don't know how is
Yeah.
it called in English, but yeah. So let's go.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, make it billable. So this is your pro part, but I will try my best and feel free to contribute, Lemis. So people who make financial decisions and who says the last word usually check for some really strong signals, like the event capture. What I mean, do they really capture everything they need and everything they can? This is the first one, but it is on its I mean on its own it's actually makes very little decision helping. The second one is analytics and attribution. So you have the data, but can you make meaningful outcomes from that data? Can you see what actually you want to track in terms of like trends or session sources in terms of the attribution? Can you see them exactly the way you want? And are they I mean, are they rich enough to give you the power to make decisions without any issues? This is the second part. And then destinations, of course. So you have the perfect data, Now you have a very like nice, chic analytics dashboards. Everything is good, but then now you have to feed your advertisement channels like Meta, Google, and now it's getting more popular in terms of AI tools. It's the OpenAI's ad channel as well, ChatGPT ads. So you have to feed them with this data, but very careful. I mean, you need to be very careful here. When I say feeding them better, it doesn't mean like throwing all the data you collected without any responsibility. It's the wrong way. What you should do is decide what should go where and how are they processed in terms of privacy. Like, are you sure your data is hashed correctly for both the ad channel to understand and process it, and also for the privacy part? And of course, the consent management is a part of that as well. And you have to do all of these to destinate your data from your end to the ad channels. This is the third part. Without this one, the performance is not going to be changing. You will have visibility, but the performance is probably not going to change. And then finally, the online offline matching. I mean, CRM is the magical word I hear in many, many meetings. So if you have multiple platforms like websites, mobile applications on Android and iOS, and then sometimes even your offline store data as well. So if you are able to collect all of these, do the dashboards, do the attribution, and then send these data according to the rules, of course, to the ad channels, then yeah, this is the perfect thing. So this will actually help you earn more money for your brand, which is going to be more money for you in the end. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
What
I'm
do you say then?
signing. I'm signing. Where's my pen? Where's my pen?
I'll
Okay.
send you a QR code.
Wow. You're working for an IT company, no? Okay,
So
let's go.
but should I
I
go to the
have,
next one?
yeah, because we have quite a few questions, and then basically we also need to talk about our little new AI visibility feature. So basically, this is a slide where the commercial part of me comes and just scream. So as you guys know, we are expanding in Europe. So we are, of course, partnership. We do partnerships with a lot of agencies, consultant, and martech. So basically, just to give you an overview of what a partnerships looks like with us, you stay the face of your own agency. We're not here to jump and steal the client like everyone would think. We're just here to make your job better and easier. And so basically, yeah, like it's written out, that is the infrastructure behind your service. And in terms of sales, you will get up to 25% commission when you will refer a client to us, plus co-sellings. We can do events with you guys if there is a very interesting opportunity, and you get to speak to me, which is very, very interesting.
There is another bonus actually, Lamis. So if they ever feel tired of all the technical burden, they can actually ask us questions, and this is, I think, very, very
Yeah.
valuable.
Yeah. And actually, we have quite a few. So, but before we jump into the questions, I can let you talk about the AI visibility, which is
Okay.
super interesting.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You can talk. It's okay. It's on the
Ah,
script.
okay.
You can go.
It's
You
that
can go. You
quick. All
can.
right. Yeah. So AI visibility is just going to be a new layer of data for you. So you already see the visitors, the sessions, I mean the human traffic. You can also actually see if a person is referred from an AI chatbot. You will see your source as ChatGPT, etc. So this is all for humans. You already used to that data. But now there's a new layer because if I remember correctly, last year, actually the bot traffic in the whole internet actually is now more than the human traffic. So it's like, I think it was 55 90% of bots and machines, and rest is for humans. And it will get bigger and bigger. So, I mean, you have to see them, what they are doing. Do they visit your website? For what purposes? And all these questions can be replied with what AI visibility actually gives you. What we do, I mean, bots and machines and AI agents are not visiting your website like a human. They are totally invisible, probably to your existing analytics stack. So you have a special setup on your server, etc., etc. Lots of technical stuff. But in like 20 minutes, you can get ready to see every visit from bots and AI agents. This is actually really important because let's say I mean, everybody is talking to the AI chatbots, and you want to be visible there, and to check and to be there to in order to an AI chatbot to refer to your content, your products, they need to come to your website, crawl it, see what is in there, and then they should do this regularly. But you have no idea how they are doing this. But now with this feature, with AI visibility, we're gonna show you. We're gonna show you how many times Google, ChatGPT, Cloud, any other agent or bot is visiting your website, which pages, for how long, and for how often, so that you can have another layer of data that you can squeeze the meaning out of and somehow turn into money.
Okay,
Yes,
I
Nami.
see some feedback. Super interesting.
What is it?
Super. Hey, we have 2 minutes for questions, so I would just like to cheer you up at the end, okay, for this little speech that was not on the script. Bravo. But
Okay.
so I have a question. Does this replace my GTM setup when it comes to
So you're talking about the whole Hardal
yeah,
product itself. Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, it doesn't have to. It can work with GTM setup as well. I mean, GTM, what is GTM? What GTM is a simpler way to set up tags. It's just this. It's nothing more actually. So you can set up Hardal through GTM as well. GTM is not the analytic tool or data collection layer itself, but it's more like the very simplified rule sets of when to fire stuff, how to shape your payloads, etc. And you can set up Hardal with GTM as well.
Okay, great. Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
we
bring
have
it on.
1 minute left, so I think we're just going to close it now because I'm really strict on
Okay.
time. Okay, and there is no other questions,
All
so
right.
we're just we're just going to let people go. Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
so
All right. It's okay.
thank you guys so much. Thank you for joining. And if you have any questions, anything that you want to speak with me or Emir, you can always reach out. I will send a presentation to the people participating to this webinar, and hope to see you to the next one.
Exactly. Thanks everyone for. I mean, if you ever like have random questions, just reach out to me, and we're gonna have a
Yeah.
cool chat. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye bye.